Good evening, one and all, and welcome to round 5 of the touring car. I am your host, John, aka the Bad Gamer. As we are all aware, this is round 5. Oh, what's going on there, eh? R factor 2, that shouldn't be doing that. Let me refresh the overlays. That's not working. Anyway, we are here for round 5 at Oulton Park. As we all know what the usual is, it's bugger off. We are do you know what? I totally forgot. I've literally lost my train of thought now. I'm gonna start. Right, bear with me, guys. I need to just restart my game, as it's gone a bit, well, tits up, to be honest. So I will be back in a moment. Rightio guys, we are back. I do apologise after all that. However, we are live at Oulton Park. I know it says round 4, but it's not, it's round 5. I'm your host John, aka the Bad Gamer. And we are already in the midst of qualifying. As we all know, I have to do the quick rundown of everything else because I'm just that kind of person. But we are on Oulton Park. Scheduled for this evening. 3 races of equal lengths with a reverse grid in the last race. So, what we're going to do is going to have a quick look at the championship standings for now.
Oh, shut up. Oh, shut up. Just shut up. Will you please? Shut up. Shut up. Shut up, I tell you, shut up.
Okay, once Mr. Bean's done, thank you very much. Right, so the standings at the moment in the teams are Unlimited Esports lead the way with 253 points, followed by Mid-Kent Motorsport 201, and Richards & Co Racing P3, Team 22 making P4. In the drivers' standings, it's Callum Wilson that's still out in front, and replacement for P2 is Kieran Mills. In P3 is Simon Trebek, and he's joined by his teammate Alan Axon in P4. In the independents, we have Ivan Samuel with Samuel Dam in P2, and Gareth Howells has pushed himself up to P3 with David Bruce to P4. In the Jack Sears Trophy, it is looking ever so close at the top, with Hugo Smeets leading the way to Stu Bartley, and William Martin and Lawrence Green are your top 4. What's that? What logo? I believe that is the end of qualifying for everyone at the moment, apart from the top 6. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the timing up the tower. We can all have a quick look at this. So it's Wilson who tops the tables. To Diamond, Trebek,
Ready,
Axon,
set, no!
and Samuel rounding out the top 5. Brewster slots his way into P6, but we have Hobbit just finishing his flying lap now. Is he going to improve on this lap? I don't think so, because we've they should all be I think everyone's just making their way back to the pit. Okay, Koki. Not sure why people are still out doing laps. Am I on replay or something? No, because the time's there. Well, unfortunately, those that were still out, that is going to be a qualifying ban for them for the next round. Unfortunately, not a lot you can do with that. So now all that kerfuffle is out of the way. Here we are. This is our final part of qualifying. This is the top shootout, top six shootout, or the fast six as we like to call it, which is Wilson, Dowman, Trebek, Samuel, and Brewster. None of them will have boost for this qualifying. Oh, good point. That leads me on to something very new that we have done now, and that is we are mimicking the boost for as the touring cars do. However, it's per round, not per race, because that is something that is physically impossible to do. So we are going to do it once every round. It will change, potentially not for Callum, because he's quite far out in front. But yes, Callum will have 1 lap's use of boost, and then two laps for. So let's just bring up the driver standings right here. So Callum Wilson will have one lap of boost. Kieran will have 2. Simon Trebek will have 3. Alan will have 4, and then so on, and so on. So all the way down to P7. Anything after that gets the full allocated boost for the round, for each round. So hopefully that is clear as mud for some people. Let's get the qualifying box up here and have a look at Callum Wilson, who's not improving at the moment on his fast lap, but I think Damon behind him might be, because he's going to get a lovely toe. No improvement there from Callum. Samuel Damon, absolute best middle sector. He's got personal best in sector 1, absolute best in sector 2. Callum got absolutely. Is he going to improve though? I think he might. Not really, but Dowman crosses the line. Ooh, makes it 2 tenths away. What can Trebek do? He's got a personal best in sector 1. Down in sector 2, but it's still a personal best. Dave Brewster is fast green, and he gets him done, and he's 5th. Here's Simon Trebek. What can he do? Can he improve? Trebek up to P3. So that is that. Crikey Maliki. There we go. That is your top 6. We have Wilson, Axon, Trebek, Damon, Brewster, and Samuel. Oh, Axon's just popped himself into P2. I didn't even see that. Jesus, whipped. very close this time. So, Alan Axon takes P2 with a fantastic result there for him. It's even better for the team because it's 2 and 3 for the Unlimited Esports drivers. Good luck. Is that who is that? I'm not even sure who that is. Is that you, Patrick? Can't get rid of that. So there we have it, guys. That is qualifying done and dusted. Oh, for God's sake! Now I've closed the. You know, I've had everything ready. Absolutely everything ready. Everything will be dealt with. Very, very sure of that. We have live stewarding tonight, so anyone that is caught misbehaving will get punishment. So we are now in warm up. So let's take a quick look at qualifying. Qualifying results will be oh, what will be oh, looks like we don't have any qualifying results. Bloody so qualifying. Awesome. Yeah. Apologies guys, seems to be a bit of an issue with the qualifying part of my section tonight. It's all gone tits up tonight, guys. I'm afraid. We all know who's on pole, with Callum Wilson on pole. You'll get a rundown of the starting grid when we go for the formation lap. So, yeah. very close between Alan and Callum. Um, I, I don't know. Oh,
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now?
Right, I am back and we are ready for race one of the evening. A little bit of a kerfuffle with people leaving mid qualifying, which has messed up the results. So it looks like we're off on our way round the warm-up lap, so we are going to get underway and hopefully show you guys. So here we go. Starting order is in pole position is Callum Wilson. He's joined by Alan Axon in P2. 3 is Simon Trebek, and 4th is Samuel Dowman. Whew. 5th is Dave Brewster with Ivan Samuel joining him in P6 with Kieran Mills P7 and Hugo Smith P8. P9 goes with Chris Corbett, and in the round at the top 10 is Stuart Bartley. Carl Cully is 11th, and he has Luke Simmons for company on the grid there in 12th. Lawrence Green is 13th, and he's joined by William Martin in 14th. Tyrone Frith is 15th, and Aaron Jackson is 16th. And due to their bands, we have Patrick at the back, and he is joined by Francesco Veo Gonzalez. Jesus. So that is round 8 done. We are ready to go racing. We have 2 tyres options here this evening. We have softs and hards. We'll have a look at those tyres and who's on what when the grid gets going underway. At the front. Claxons go. Good start by the 2 Unlimited Esports. Great start by Axon then. And penalty from Patrick there. Must have got a jump start, I reckon. Oh, that's Sam Dowman. Nose diving in the front. And they all get away pretty cleanly there. But oh, we got a car off in the background. That looked like Dowman. And who is that we are on board with? That looks like Ivan. No, that was Hugo Smeet. Patrick having a look up the inside. Oh. There we one and all. And here is the 1v1 battle, and it's Alan Axon who's taking it to Callum Wilson tonight. He's looking like he's going to try and make a move for the race lead here. I mean, they've literally got to do it now or never for that BMW. As soon as it switches its tyres on, it will be gone. Temp separation at the moment. Very close now. Is he going to have a look? Different line there. Kept Wilson going all defensive. Still not being able to find a gap to get through there. On board with Axon. He looked like he's going to try and do the switchback. A little bit of a bump there. Looking left, looking right. ever so menacing in his mirrors now, that Hyundai of the Unlimited Esports team. Sorry, I got run out of breath. Look at this. The two Unlimited Esports drivers tripping over each other, trying to get past the Callum Wilson, who is putting up a stellar defence there. Brewster gets forced wide a little bit by, looks like Cobbett. So, yeah, not happy with that. It's on the lights flashing. Make the way round. Oh, corner. Cobbett having a look at, and I think he might be potentially, hopefully he's going to let, call it back here. And Axel is still having a look. And Callum has just stretched a little bit of a gap now. Make the way to Island Bend. Fourth for the lead at the moment. And here's Brewster having a look up the inside of Cobbett. And Cobbett runs wide at Island Bend. Axel again on the back of Wilson through Hislop, Snickerbrook next. He'll probably hold this until he gets to Lodge Corner and try shoving it up the inside there. On board with Wilson at the moment as he makes his way through it. Oh no, and who's that? That's Axel has fallen. Big mistake at Druids there. Comes back just in front of Brewster. His lap goes to Callum Wilson with 124. No, it doesn't. It now goes to David Brewster with 124.984. Take no notice of what that said on the screen then. Wilson now 6/10 ahead. As we ride on board with Cobbett up to Island Bend, looking at the back of the Virtue Motorsports by Stuart Bartley. Axon trying to fight his way back up the grid now. Oh, I tell you what I was going to do. We were going to have a look at what the colours people are on. There you go. That is at the moment the top 5, top 6 are on softs, with Samuel going on hards. Everyone else at the back going on hards. The top 3 will have to use the hard tyre in race 2. On board with Trebek. Come across daily. New lap record there by Wilson. Cobbett just stuck a little bit now. He's got Brewster for company here. Massive shout out to Dave Brewster for his, and Trebek in the lead. We missed that one. Trebek gets in front. Finally, somebody's toppled Wilson. They make their way down to Hislops. Oh, Downman gets his braking very late there and nearly ends up in the back of Wilson for P2. Darwin still managing to hold on to P3, but he has Mills behind him for P4. He's going to try and he's bringing along Alan Axon, who had a cracking start this race, but a bit of an issue as they went through Druids, and that seemed to put him back. We are on board with Mills right now, looking at the back of Downman, who's already had an off. Accent up the inside of Mills. No messing. Trebek with the fastest lap now. Accent back up to P4. Little wide on the exit of Cascades. And here we have William Martin having a go at Vale Gonzalez. Gonzalez. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Oh, Trebek getting Hislops wrong there. Right along with Patrick here in 13th. Trebek still managing to hold off to that lead. The battle is on for P1. Trebek and Wilson. Wilson having a look up the inside. Is Trebek going to go defensive? Not really, no. And that's Brewster through on Mills as well, so that's Brewster up to P5 now. We've lost Cobbett. On board with Mills. Going to try and send it up the inside. Old corner. No, he's not. Trebek has a bit of breathing space now as they make their way up to the Island Bend. To Island Bend. Trebek still in P1, 7 laps in the book. We've only lost one at the moment, 2. Unfortunately, we've lost Jackson and Cobbett. We can see in the background there that accent is indeed catching Diamond. And we do have a yellow flag somewhere. Yellow flag in sector 1. Here's your leader and P2, and it's Trebek to Wilson, Downman, Axon, Brewster, Mills, Samuel, Heartbeat, Smeets and Cully rounding out your top 10. Oh, bit of a lock up there from Trebek through Island Bend, and William Martin through again on Vale. And that puts him up to P14. I wonder if Trebek's playing the team game here and just trying to back up Wilson to the 2 behind. But with 8 laps in the book, he needs to think about it. On board with Wilson as they come out of the last turning. Oh my god, it's warm in here. Looking like he's got a 4/10 of a lead now. Late on the brakes goes Wilson to close that gap up. They are gaining. And look at this. This is Vale on the back of Martin, who's going super defensive as they come around the last corner. Both be on the boost now, all the way up the hill. Well, these two are having a good old battle here for 14 and Vale up the inside as they go to the Island Bend. I've done it again, the Island Bend. It's just Island Bend. Bit of lap traffic coming up for the leaders now. It gets way out of the way. Lap 9 in the books. 10 on to we go. 5 remaining, and it's Trebek, Wilson, Downman, Axon, Brewster, your top 5. Mills is in the pits. Wonder if he might have had a penalty there. That's going to drop him back down the grid a little bit more. That's a DNF for Mills. On board with Trebek, all we can see is open space and the hot air balloon in the distance. Down to Hislop. That BMW looking ever so menacing in the back. And here we go. Here's Patrick on Simmons for P10. That's Patrick into the top 10 now. Axon in P4. He's in the perfect spot there, to be fair, because lock up from Wilson. That's going to cost him a few attempts, and this is Smeets and Bartley for P7. This is 4P7. It's Smeets and Bartley, but we're straight back to the lead because they are nose to tail, and there hasn't been much of a bit of a distance between the pair of them. Oh, he gets a much better exit out of Knickerbrook, but he had to slow it down there. Smeets has got himself in front of Bartley for P7. Oh, runs a little wide on the exit of Knickerbrook. Drag race up the hill. Excuse me. Lap 12 we're on. It's still Trebek to Wilson, to Downman and Axon P4. On board with Wilson, arriving at Cascades. A much better exit out of there, but Simon Trebek will keep it onto the left hand side of the track just to stop hard on the brakes. Oh, Trebek runs wide, and that gives Wilson a shot up the inside to drag race now on the way up to Hislops. Who's going to give up first? None of them. Oh, and Wilson just backs off enough just to let Trebek back through. Great racing between the pair of them, this. We got a yellow in sector 2. Can't see anybody fall in, but we still have the battle for P7 here between Smeets and Bartley. See out in the lead now that Trebek has a six tenths of a lead now. But that's coming back down again as we're on to lap 13. Sector 2 has yellow in it again. Can't see any names tumbling down the list, so not overly serious. This is the battle for the lead again. think Trebek tyres might just be giving up on him. Just got to hold off for 2 more laps. BMW tyres will be fine, but that Hyundai's front tyres are going to be screaming. Wilson all over the back of Trebek. On the way down to Lodge. Will he try something up the inside? Not close enough there. Trebek's back in, getting a little bit squirrely, and the exit. Through the elite now. To start lap 14 of 15. 2 to go. We've lost another one. We've lost Tyrone Frith. Much better exit from Wilson, but he met track limits there, I think. Going to try something on the way to Ireland. Looks like he's going to try and send it, but he brakes late and gets on the locked up. Simon Trebek gets in and cuts the nose off, but he gets a much better exit out of Island Bend. And again, it's a picture perfect race the second time. Who's going to give up? And Wilson slips just be back in behind. That BMW is becoming quite a menacing thing to see in your mirrors now. I don't think there's been more than 5-6 tenths between the two of them. Round Lodge. This is going to be the final lap. Don't want to use commentator's curse, so I'm going to say nothing. I'm just going to comment on the race as it happens. Oh, really wide there by Wilson. Them tyres must be cooking on that beamer now. Trebek through Cascades. Too far back to think of anything there at Island Bend. Can't get a good exit. Trebek gets a much better one out of Island Bend. Nothing happening at Hislops. I think the only place that's really left now for Wilson to even try and contemplate is potentially going to be Lodge. It's the only place that's viable for an overtake. Back to the front. Trebek still thinks about it, but better off it. Big lock up by somebody there. Trebek will come round. Lodge corner for the last time up the elite. And across the line, it's Trebek who takes the victory over Wilson. Diamond goes P3 with Alan Axon P4. Who's in the best spot there. P5 is Brewster with Samuel coming up to P6. Bartley has managed to get himself back in front of Smeets, and he will take 7th with Smeets being 8th. Patrick has made his way up to P9 with Simmons P10. There's your session results. It's Simon Trebek who takes the win over Callum Wilson, who has been dethroned. Samuel Dowman will take P3 and Alan Axon will take P4, and he will literally have the option to start on either tyre because he's out of the top 3. Dave Brewster finishes 5th with Ivan Samuel P6th. Stuart Bartley is 7th. 8th is Hugo Smeets. 9th is Patrick. And ran that top 10. Yeah. Luke Simmons. P11 goes to Kyle Colley with Francesco Vale taking P12 and William Martin P13. Lawrence Green is 14th with Aaron Jackson 15th. We lost Kieran Mills, Chris Pollock, I'm sure we lost somebody else, but we can't see him. The fastest lap goes to Simon Trebek there. Ooh, that was a bit of a battle there for the win. I thought Alan Axon was going to have it first, but it turned out it was Simon Trebek, proving why he is last year's champion. So what's going to happen now, guys, is the grid will be set for race 2. I will go to the toilet and I will be back very soon. So enjoy the dorsal tones of nothingness. I'll put do you know what? I wish someone would have told me that I'd left the welcome music on. God damn it. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. I will be back very soon, guys.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now?
So yes, I am back. We are on the grid. Put the tower off for a minute. Here we go. They go off onto the formation. So here we are. This is the starting grid for race 2. It is Simon Trebek taking pole position with Callum Wilson P2. Samuel Damon is P3. Them three will be on the hard tyres. Alan Acton P4. P5 goes the way of Dave Brewster, sorry, and Ivan Samuel is P6. Stuart Bartley is P7 with Hugo Smeet P8. Patrick is P9 with Luke Simmons P10. Kyle Cully taking P11 with Francesco Vale P12. 13th is William Martin and 14th is Lawrence Green. Aaron Jackson is 15th. Tyrone Frith is 16th. 17th is Kieran Mills and he'll be joined at rear with Ian Chris Cobbett. So, let's get rid of the welcome music and get rid of the starting order. So, top three are on hard. Alan Axon has chosen to go soft again. I think he's going to go for the win here. Mills and Cobbett from the back will be on hards. Brewster, Samuel, Bartley, Smith, Patrick, Simmons, Cully, Bale, Martin, Green and Jack all on the soft tyres. I'm going to get my phone out just so we can see. William Martin slips himself into position there. I think that might be slightly out of grid spot there. Kiko Bale far out of position. We go to the front. That held for some time. A great start by Callum Wilson, who gets off along and along a scolded rat. He's away into P1. Alan Axon round the outside of Dalman, and this is going to be him for P3. He's going to be pushed a little bit wide, but he manages to get through equally easy. And Brewster now all over the back on Dalman. And there's Bartley going round the outside. Mills with a little bit of an endo. Big lag spike there. So let's get the tower up, and it looks like full course yellow. That's a safety car. We have a safety car. Got Trebek all the way down in P14. I've no idea what happened there. Axon takes P2. We can see that Simon Trebek he went off a little bit further up the field. Weather looks a little bit overcast at Oulton Park there, doesn't it? So the lights are on the safety car. We complete another lap on the safety car. Cobbett in the pits. The lights go off on the safety car. That means we've just got to watch for that restart. Got to watch Axon here because he is the one with the golden ticket here. Way to go. That's it. It's green, green, green. And Wilson has gone. Downman on the back off. They can't overtake yet. Now they can overtake. And Brewster has timed that to perfection. And gets through. Big shunt from Dowman though. Oh, and that's another incident. And Axon is up in front. And he's taken the lead. On board with Patrick, who's now up into P5. We're looking back at Simon Trebek. He's making his way back up through the field there. He is in the reverse grid shot here, but he's on hard tyres. He's going to make it very difficult to get through there. Man who benefited from that restart. There was a bit of an issue at the start with two of them, and here is who's this? Samuel up the inside of Brewster. He had a bit of a helping hand there by Patrick, who gave him a little nudge. Patrick is trying to follow him through. Penalty for Samuel. Patrick through on the 2. He's got 2. He's up into P3. We've just heard a crash. Not sure who that is. Can we see anyone tumbling down the tables? No, we can't. I think that might just have been a bit of an issue with the game there. Brilliant. Martin up into P13. Samuel P4, but he still has that penalty to serve, and now Bartley is on the back of Brewster. Huge send it moment there from Mills. Welcoming in, people, welcoming in. Mills round past Bartley. Oh, forgot what I was talking about then. Old corner, 8 stick, and he's through up into P10. Samuel in the pit. Trebek up to P9 now. And people have got their windscreen wipers on. Is that rain? And Patrick is all over the back of Wilson now for P2. Vale in the pits. But we have a bit of rain. I don't think it's enough to hamper anyone and think about going on to wet. I think it's just a little bit of wetness in. There you go, see? Just a bit of spatter. Might be enough to upset that BMW though, because he's looking like he's going to lose it to Patrick as well now. On the boost. Patrick through. BMW struggling. Acton has checked out. Oh, sideways by Patrick as they go for the first corner. And here we are. Ooh, up is me bloody toe. And that is Simmons for P8. And we got Green up into P7, having a stellar of a race here. And now Wilson, he's coming under fire from Brewster here. Mills up the inside and they made their way down to the last corner. The large corner, can he get it done? No, he backs off there. I don't know what happened, but he seems to have backed off a lot. 10 laps to go, and it's Alan Paxton to Patrick Wilson. Then Brewster, Cully, Bartleby, Green, Simmons and Trebek. And Mills rounding out your top 10. And I keep saying that's Mills. It's not, it's Cully. So I do apologise. Into the back. And Simon Trebek up the inside of... Who is that? Simmons gets himself up into P8. Oh, a bit of a lock-up by Brewster, but he manages to get it stopped just in time. We can still see the rain coming down, but I don't think it's wet enough for wets just yet. Simon Trebek now looking like he's going to get another position here from Lawrence Green. We've got Cully in the background. Into the rear end. That is Trebek we're on board with. No, it's not. It's Samuel, who's now got himself up to P. And look at that. Simmons, ever the opportunist, popped himself up there. So it's Axon P1, Patrick P2, Wilson P3, Brewster gets it all kinds of wrong at Hislops. Loses out to Cully, gets himself back on, drops down to 6th. Bartley up to P5. Rain looks like it is affecting a couple of people, but they've got enough in hand to just keep it going. And that's somebody, and who's that in there? That is Cully, he's off too, so that's Bartley now up to P4. He's also going to lose a place to Brewster, who's back up P5. Cully into the pits. Wilson's in the pits. Green's in the pits. Not sure what they're doing. Smede's through. Trying to see if we can see what's going on with Wilson. Back out the pits he comes. I think he might have gone on to the witch, you know. Check that out. Doesn't say yet. Oh, and Ivan gets it all wrong again as well. Green and Cully still in the pits. Green is now coming out. 10 laps down, 7 to go. Is the rain playing havoc with all these drivers? It's Axon, Patrick, Bartley, Brewster, Trebek, your top 5. I think Wilson might have gone on to wets here. Nobody else darting for the pits. We are on board with Trebek, looking at the back of Brewster's pink passion wagon. Few little puddles forming. Mills now in the pits. We're just waiting for people to go across the line to see if they have changed. Downman in the pits as well. And that in the background was, who was that going off? I'm not sure what tyres they're on, but I can't see them. I think they might be on wet. And that's another victim going off. 2 there. I believe they are. Wilson, Green, Mills and Cobbett are all on wets. Green in the pits again. William Martin is off P8. Go on, son. Keep it going. Ivan Samuel making his way to the pits. So is Simmons. This is Simon Trebek up to P4. This is Alan Axon, your leader. William Martin up to P6 now. Callum Wilson back in the P7. Here we are. This is the next battle. No, that is not the next battle. Looks like Vale has been lapped by Brewster. Simmons gets a penalty. That'll be for speeding in the pits. Wilson has made himself back up to P5, and fair play to Alan, Patrick, Bartley and Trebek and Brewster and William Martin for hanging it out. Straight on goes Ivan. Oh, big lag there for me. Apologies, guys. 5 to go. 5 to go. I know it says Lawrence Green is in the pits, but I don't think he is. I think he is circulating, but just saying he's in the pit. There he is. Oh, he's had a bigger moment there. And the rain is absolutely terrible now. And that's William Martin into the barriers. And that was Jackson, who was there as well. Oh, and that's Patrick off now. Everybody is tippy-toeing about. Slowly. Oh, and he almost gets into the back of Lawrence Green. Everybody is tippy-toeing around. So it's Axon, Bartley, Patrick into the top three now. Beck P4, Wilson P5, Brewster P6, Martin P7, Samuel P8, Cobb at 9, and Mills rounding out the top 10. Everybody is tippy-toeing around now. 15 laps in the book, there's 17. 15 in the book, 17 to go. There's 15 in the book, 3 to go. No, there's 2 to go, sorry. But the rain has dissipated now from what I can see. I believe. Yeah, I can see the rain has stopped. It's just a quick short shower. Track's still a little wet though and damp, so it's not going to help those that are on nice dry line for me now, as we can see. Oh, and damn, and straight off. Sweet says thank you. Axon still leading, Patrick P2 and Rebecca's P3. Wilson is now up to P4. But as the track is drying out, them wets he's on are gonna start to absolutely cook. And there's William Martin in P7 being hounded by Samuel. Probably gonna lose another spot here. Potentially. Samuel making it stick. Smeets just tidy through. Gets it wrong on the exit of Nickelbrook. $16 in the book. Alan has one of the biggest gap leads we have ever seen so far. He is 21 seconds ahead of P2 man, Patrick. race just seems to have just petered out a little bit now. The drying track is coming to those back on the slicks. So those on the wets, not really making any headroom now. There's Samuel, his next victim, potentially Brewster. Don't think he's got enough in hand to do this. Brewster's looking for some of them wet patches to cool his tyres down. Oh, runs a little wide on the exit. Samuel says, thanks very much, I'll take that place. We've lost Jackson, Cully and Frith. And Brewster going rally crossing. And here's Cobbett now on the back of William Martin. Here's your leader, Alan Axon. Not put a step wrong the entire 17 laps. He has indeed dominated this race too. And your winner for race 2, Alan Axon, P2, will go the way of Patrick. I'm going to pronounce his name one day. Is it Radrolski? Radrolski? Am I saying that right? Patrick Radrolski. No, do you know what? I'll ask him how to say it. Patrick takes P2. It's Simon Trebek. Not Simon Trebek. Callum Wilson has got Trebek in the end. P4 for Callum, P3 for Callum Wilson, P4 for Simon Trebek, P5 for Bartley, and 6 is Samuel. Oh. So here are your session results. It is Alan Axon for Team Unlimited Esports taking their second win of the night. Patrick takes P2 with Callum Wilson managing to scrub himself back into P3. Simon Trebek P4 with Stuart Bartley in his probably, I think that's his best finish ever, P5. Ivan Samuel is P6 and Dave Brewster P7. Chris Cobbett is 8. William Martin is 9th. Round 8 your top 10 is Kieran. 11th goes the way of Hugo Smeets with Samuel Dowman and Lawrence Green 12th and 13th. Luke Simmons takes 14th and Francesco Vale takes P15. We lost Aaron Jackson, Kyle Cully and... There we go, one and all. That is what race 2 looks like, as we all know. Now, time. Set the reverse grid. So let me stop this music. There's my spinny wheel of destiny, as you can see it there. I don't know why number 11. No, it's because it's green. Here we go. So, who will get pole position? It's going to be P9. William Martin's only gone and grabbed himself his second pole of the season. Congratulations, William Martin. You are on pole position for race 3 reverse grid. Ooh, you can't see that bit. So I'm just going to do what I usually do and sort things out, and I shall be back in 1 minute. I'm going to leave you with some dorsal tones of the welcome music.
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now?
Welcome back to race 3 of the evening. We have a second time pole sitter of William Martin. That's his second pole of the season. He is becoming our new Eugene. We all miss Eugene and wish him the best and hope he comes back soon. Just waiting for the last couple of people to jump on the grid like they always do, taking their time. I think it's a tactic thing, to be honest. See if we can find out what tyres people are on. William Martin on the softs, Cobbett, Brewster, Samuel, Trebek, Wilson, Patrick, Axon the only one. Wise Green on mediums. I think that might be a glitch, but we never know in this kind of game. So, let us get underway. Here we go for race 3 of the evening. It is William Martin who is on pole position, and he's joined by Chris Cobbett. Dave Brewster is P3 and Ivan Samuel is P4. P5 is Stuart Bartley with 6th going the way of Simon Trebek. 7th is Callum Wilson. Patrick P8. P9 is Alan Axon and he's on the hard tyres. Kieran Mills will join him in P10. Hugo Smith P11. And 12th is Samuel Downman. 13th is Lawrence Green, and 14th is Luke Simmons, 15th is Francesco Vale, and 16th is Kyle Cully. 17th is Tyrone Frith, and he's joined by Aaron Jackson. That rounds out top 18. Round the final corner to line up for the grid for the final race tonight. We've got a bit of an issue there with Lawrence Green. Seems to be hitting somebody. What he's doing there. Here we go. Back to the start. Let's see how William Martin gets on. Very slow start by William Martin, but Cobbett gets a very good launch from the line, gets away. Penalty for Simmons again. And William Martin tucks himself into P2. And Brewster's into P3. And it's everybody else for P4. William Martin's lost P2 now, and he's going to lose P3 to potentially. Round the outside goes Samuel. Jesus. Drag race with William Martin. He bails out on that one. Loses 2 positions. Simon Trebek now. Head of our championship leader. Patrick P4. And that's Simmons up past Frith. 4. P13. At the end of the race, it's at the end of the lap 1, it's Cobbett, Brewster, and Samuel, your top 3. Patrick P4. And it looks like everyone else for P5 at the moment, as Mills gets himself through. Bartley, Trebek, and Mills, 5th, 6th, and 7th, with Martin 8th. And he has Wilson for company right behind him. Not anymore. That's Wilson through. Alan Axon's going to get... By the looks of it, Alan Axon, you're going to get William Martin too. Late on the brakes. Downman trying to sneak it up. William Martin's not letting it go that easy. Slips himself back in, gets a little bit... I think he got a touch off Downman then. And this is Trebek looking at the back of Bartley for P5. With Martin down to 13th now after that escapade on the grass. And here's Trebek on Bartley. Try and make a move on the outside. Switches as they'll go down to Cascades now. Oh, pardon me. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, P5. We've got Bartley, Trebek, Mills, and Wilson. And that's contact there. That will be with Mills, who's made contact with, I believe, that outbreak again. Unfortunately, I can't snooze any more ads, so we've only got another 5 minutes here, so let's try and fit in as much as we can for 5 minutes before my 1 minute of ads comes on to earn me a good 30 pence. This is Brewster now, who is all on the back of Cobbett, and this is for the lead. Get back to... where do we go? The next car in front. There we go. And Brewster all over Cobbett for the lead. William Martin gets tagged by... who was that he got tagged by? That was Cully, I believe. Can Patrick do anything to help his teammate out here? Perhaps get himself into P2 and whack these two up from attacking him. What he needs to do, I think. Best lap for Downman now. This is the fight at the moment for P5. This is the fight for the lead. It's Cobbett, Brewster, Samuel and Patrick. Patrick up the inside of Samuel. Jesus Christ. Oh, and there's a big incident at the back there. And Wilson has been collected.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
Thank you very much. Thank you ever so much for the follow, guys. Appreciate it. And Wilson has DNF'd. I think he got caught up in that incident. And Bartley's still holding off here. Bartley putting up a stellar defence now. Oh, gets it all wrong at the hairpin though. He's lost one, he's lost two. Patrick gets a penalty. That'll be for the earlier collision here, but this is the battle. Look at this. This is the battle for fourth. Trebek, Downman, Mills, Bartley, Axon. Patrick entering the pits for his drive through. I'm very sorry, but the ad is going to start in 3 minutes. At the moment, it is Cobbett, Brewster, Trebek, your top three. Down is P4, Mills is P5, Bartley P6, 7th is Patrick, 8th is Acton, 9th is Jackson, and 10th is Smeets. On board with Axon now. Is that Axon? No, this is Patrick on the back of Bartley. He'll apologise. Trying to make his way back through the field. And this is Brewster on Cobbett for the lead, and that's Brewster taking the lead away from Cobbett. Looking one way, looking the other, trying to send it up the inside. Down to Island Bend they come. What can Patrick? Who's this? This is Smeet on Jackson, and this is P9. Down to Cascades they come. Cobbett's not quite done. They're making their way down to Hislops. Is he going to try anything there? No, not close enough there, but where is P3? He is all the way back. He's 9 seconds back here, so this is technically, it's just Brewster and Cobbett for the win at the moment. They're the guys that are fighting for it. Patrick now got himself up to P6. He's managed to get past Stuart Bartley. Cobbett seems to be falling away from Brewster here, who's now 8/10 of a second clear. Mills is the next target for Patrick. Late on the brakes. Into Old Hull corner they come. Mills gets a much better exit. Patrick has more boost. That's Old Hull corner. They were coming through Lodge. My bad. Down the Cascades. Patrick thinks about it. Nope. Just setting him up here. Down to Island Bend now. 9 in the book. It's Brewster from Cobbett, Trebek, Dowman and Mills. Your top 5. We've lost Wilson, Martin and Vale Gonzalez. But we have lost the championship leader due to an earlier on incident. But this is the battle for the lead again. Cobbett not really giving up. Whoa, and that's a big long way off the track there for Cobbett. That's going to cost him a few temps. Not a lot Patrick can do at the moment, but it is 10 laps in the book. It's Brewster to Cobbett to Trebek, your top 3. Downwind Mills rounds out the top 5 with Patrick, Bartley, Axon and Jackson. And Jesus Christ, that's a mouthful. Axon and Jackson. And Smeets rounds out the top 10. Cully is 12th with Simmons 13th. Frith is 14th and Green is 15th. After he had his earlier pit changing his tyres because he was on the wrong ones. This is the battle at the moment, and this is for P4. It's Patrick versus Mills. Stuart Bartley now being hounded by Alan Axon, who has got Aaron Jackson for... Oh my God. Patrick's found his way past Mills. And that's Patrick up to P5. Can he hunt down Diamond now for P4? 5 laps to go before after the end of this one. That's some maths for you there, isn't it? Axon up the inside of Bartley, and that puts him into P7 now. I think he's going to get mugged off by Jackson too. The Axon-Jackson twins. Oh God. I'm sorry. But here we are. This is Alan Axon and Stuart Bartley. Bartley in an Axon-Jackson sandwich. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh. Anyway, Brewster still leads. He's 1 second to the good to Cobbett. Trebek is P3 and he's 8 seconds back from Cobbett. Trebek is closely followed by Dowman. There is Dowman as I speak. The cameraman flicks straight to him as if by magic. Patrick catching him up there, as you can see in the background, but it's Dowman and Trebek at the moment for P3. But Brewster is going to be a new, if he continues to hold this off, he's going to be on another new winner. And this is a bad round for our championship leader, Wilson, who will not score any points here. And I think this is going to really close the table up now. But here is Dowman on the back of Trebek, and this is for P3 overall. On board with Dowman. It's a very good exit out of Cascades. He's going to draw alongside him as they make it up to Island Bend. What can he do though? He's going to try and send it around the outside, but he can't. So he's going to try and tuck it back up the inside as they make their exit up to Brittany's, sorry. And that's Samuel trying to gain a few positions back after earlier. He's up to P9 now, dropping Smeets down into P10. .12 in the book, and it's Cobbett. It's not Cobbett, it's Brewster to Cobbett, who is now 1.7 to the good. Trebek, Dowman, Patrick and Mills, Acton, Bartley, Samuel and Smeets round out your top 10. This is the battle at the moment. This is the closest battle we can see on the track, and it is between Simon Trebek and Dowman. And who is that in the wall? That's Jackson. And that's unlucky that he was up into the top 10. Lap 13 in the book, and it's still Cobbett. No, it's not. I keep forgetting that Brewster's at the top. It's Brewster, Cobbett, Trebek, Dowman, and Patrick, your top 5. Dowman gets a little bit squirry coming out of the hairpin there. And this is Samuel on Bartley. This is for P8. They've all just settled down at the moment. The only battle going on at the moment is this one between Trebek and Dowman, who gets a very good run as they make their way up. Druids. Ivan trying to draw side by side with Bartley. He might have it done here, but Bartley's sticking him out. He doesn't. He has to back out. Lap 14 in the books now. Penultimate lap. Bartley still being hounded by Samuel for P8. But also he's going to have Smeets to join him as well here now. 3 for P8. On board with Samuel. And there is Smeets on the inside trying to get his way, muscle his way in. Getting it a little bit wrong as they go down to Cascades. That's going to slow him down towards Island Bend, and Ivan might have something to say to try and hang it around the outside. Puts in front. That's a very bold move, that. Samuel on the boost. Bit of a touch between the pair of them, but he backed out of it. Back of that, Samuel's car is absolutely battered and bruised. And we are going on to the final lap now with Brewster still in the lead, 1.3 now. The Cobbett has brought that down a little bit, but that's not going to be enough to take the win. Trebek's still being hounded by Dowman, who has been less than a second near him. In fact, I don't think he's been more than half a second. This is your final lap now. Brewster leads 1.3 to Cobbett. Trebek is 8 seconds behind. And Samuel gets it done on Bartley. He's also managed to get through on Smeets. Cameraman slow there, didn't quite catch that one. And this is it now for Dowman. He's got to try and make a move here. If not, it'll be at Knickerbrook. Hislop, sorry. Oh, and he's got the exit wrong from Island Bend, and that's going to give... who's that going to give? Patrick. Oh, and Ivan gets it wrong there now, and he's going to try and outdo himself. Lap 15 in the books. Round. Druids one last time. He approaches Lodge. Round Lodge he comes. Down dearly. He'll take the checkered flag. It's only our friend and your friend and our top donator, Dave Brewster, to take race 3 win from Patrick Cobbett, and Trebek holds out for P3. Damon will take P4 and Patrick will be your top 5. Tell you what, it's really blooming warm in this room. I feel sorry for the guys that didn't make it to the end of the race, Wilson, Martin and Vale. But let's take a look. The end result there, shall we? This is your results from race 3. It's David Brewster who takes his first win of the season, and Chris Cobbett P2. Simon Trebek will join them on the podium for P3, and Samuel Damon is P4. Patrick is P5 with Kieran Mills P6. Alan Axton P7 with Ivan Samuel making his way back up to P8. Stuart Bartley is 9th, and Hugo Smith round that up 10. It's Luke Simmons taking P11 and Aaron Jackson P12. Paul Cully is 13th with Lawrence Green 14th. Unfortunately, we lost Callum Wilson, William Martin and Francesco Vale. But there we go. Everybody. That is the end of race 3, and that is the end of round 5 at Oulton Park. So that was an eventful one that we've had a new winner. Cobbett picking up a podium and a great battle, and unfortunately the championship leader has taken a DNF this round, and that is going to cost him quite dearly, I think, because he didn't score very well in any one of them races. There we go, boys and girls. Let's get rid of the welcome music, because now it is my time to say goodbye. So, thank you ever so much, guys, for watching. Really appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate all the followers, anyone that followed new, any of the chatters, everything. We are live next in 2 weeks' time, and we will be at Croft for round 6. And I guarantee the championship has took a turn on its head, and the championship leader is potentially no longer the championship leader. But we'll find out. Join me again 2 weeks' time for the next round of Bvtcc. See you soon, and goodbye.